Hi, everyone. My name is Carla Torgerson. I'm the head of Learning Experience Strategy at Torrance Learning. And we've been having fun doing videos asking people their opinion on various topics in learning and development. And today I wanted to ask you, how do you create WIIFM in your courses? That's the what's in it for me, or the motivational element in your courses. And a couple of things that I like to think about are things like these. First of all, how do you really create that WIIFM or that motivation through the whole course? Not just at the beginning, right? We always think about putting it up front at the beginning, but how to pull it all the way through the course, right? And as part of that, one of the things that I really like to think about is, how do I set context? How do I create the context that my activities, my examples, any of the content I'm giving, can they all be grounded in the context of the job that the person is doing, or the situations that they will find themselves in while applying this content to their job? Another thing that I like to think about is, what are some of the questions they would ask, or what are some of the ways where they might struggle or have challenge, right? So one of the things I love to ask my subject matter experts is, where do people make mistakes? And why do they make those mistakes? What makes this hard, right? Because if in my training I can address those things where they are typically making mistakes, or they might not quite know the answer, I'm addressing something they need, right? And when I give them something they need, I'm more likely to provide that value, right? I'm more likely to give them something that will motivate them to want to continue taking the course. Another one that I like to think about too, and this is a little trickier, is, can I make sure that I'm not telling them stuff they already know, right? And I realize that can be really hard when we've got, big groups of audiences, sometimes with a very diverse, level of experience taking the course. But as much as possible, I want to avoid things that they already know. I want to give them content that they don't know already. And overall, as a result, for me, I want to prevent the learner from at any point in my class saying, why am I taking this, right? Like, I want this to be so focused on content they don't know, content they need, content they could apply, and they can see how they could apply to their work. And then they won't be scratching their heads saying, why am I here? Why am I taking this, right? And so overall, my kind of, to summarize, to me, it's about providing value. How do we provide value to our learners? Because we know that their time is limited. We know that as they take this course, especially if it's an e-learning, they'll be looking at their clock down there in that lower right corner of their monitor and saying, is this a good use of my time? Am I getting what I expected for the amount of time I'm putting in, right? And what they're really asking is, am I getting value from this course? Am I getting value for the time I'm putting in, the effort I'm investing into my learning? Am I getting value for that? And if we can say yes, right? If that learner is like, yes, this is helpful, this is giving me something I can use, then we will be great, right? We will be creating that WIIFM, that what's in it for me, throughout the course. We'll be keeping people motivated and engaged. So with that in mind, my question for you is, what are some of the things you do or you think about as you're designing courses? How do you create value for your learners? Or how do you create that WIIFM, the what's in it for me? Go ahead, type in those comments below. Tell us some of your approaches and your ideas, and let's learn from each other.